my deck tech for my blue-black zombie madness deck. The first creature is Diregraf Ghoul. It's a 2/2 zombie for 1 black mana that comes into play tapped. Great for first turn. The next card is Walking Corpse. It's a 2/2 vanilla zombie for 2 mana. Then we have Azure Mage. It's a 2/1 blue human wizard for 1 colorless and 1 blue. And you tap 3 colorless and a blue mana and you draw a card. Great for when you draw dead. Next up is Phyrexian Crusader. It's a 2/2 zombie knight for 2 black and 1 colorless. It has first strike, protection from red and from white, and it has infect. It's going to be good against removal and burn, and it's going to infect, and it's got first strike. The next card is Cemetery Reaper. It's a 2/2 zombie for 2 black and 1 colorless again. And it says other zombies creatures you control get +1/+1. And its other ability is tap 2 colorless, 1 black, tap it, exile target creature card from a graveyard, put a 2/2 black or zombie creature token onto the battlefield. Now what this is going to do, this is going to make your army bigger. Both, it's going to make their combat stats bigger, and it's going to make your army bigger by numbers. Really good. It's a must for any zombie deck. Next up we have Undead Alchemist. It's a blue zombie. It's 4/2. It's 3 colorless and 1 blue. And if a zombie you control would deal combat damage to a player, instead that player puts that many cards from top of his or her library into his or her graveyard. When a creature card is put into an opponent's graveyard from his or her library, exile that card and put a 2/2 black zombie creature token on the battlefield. It's going to turn your army into a milling machine and mill your army out. Mill their deck, take all their creatures out, and turn it into zombies for you to mill again. Next up we have Vengeful Pharaoh. He's a black zombie. He's 5/4. And he costs 2 colorless and 3 black. He has Death Touch, and if he's in the graveyard, whenever combat damage is dealt to a planeswalker, you or a planeswalker you control. If Vengeful Pharaoh is in your graveyard, destroy target attacking creature, then put Vengeful Pharaoh on top of your library. He's gonna save you when you get board wiped and they swing. He's gonna kill that creature and save you, and then it'll come back on top of your deck next turn. Next is Grimgrin, the Corpseborn. He's a blue-black zombie warrior. 3 colors, 1 blue, 1 black. He enters the battlefield tapped and during it doesn't untap during your untap step. Sacrifice another creature, untap Grimgrin, and put a 1 counter on it. Whenever he attacks, destroy target creature defending player controls. Then put a 1 counter on Grimgrin. He's gonna fuck up their army if they have anything left by the time you get him out. He's gonna take control of the game by himself. Now I'll show the instant and sorceries of the deck. Okay, the next card is Think Twice. It's an instant for 1 blue, 1 colorless. It lets you draw a card and it has a flashback for 2 colors and a blue. It's going to help you when you're drawing dead. Then we have a Mana Leak. It's a instant for 1 colorless, 1 blue, and it counters target spell unless the controller pays 3, which is if it doesn't counter what they have, it's going to make them tap out for you next turn, so they can't counter you. And then we have Doomblade. It's a instant for 1 colorless and 1 black, and it destroys target non-black creatures. This is going to help you when you have all them little flying creatures that are annoying. It's going to kill them for you. Make it so you zombies can swing. Then we have Diabolic Tutor. It's a sorcery for 2 black and 2 colorless. Search your library for a card and then put that card in your graveyard and then shuffle your library. This is going to help you get your cards that you only have 1 or 2 of in the deck. And say you get this and maybe all the other stuff you need. You could search for whatever you need to finish them off. The next card is a sorcery for 1 black. It's called Choulcaller's Chant, and it has return target creature from your graveyard to your hand, or return 2 target zombie cards from your graveyard to your hand. It's going to help you get back your army if you get board wiped, or if it just dies in combat and you want to bring them back. Always good. Next we'll be going over the enchantments in the deck. The first enchantment is Endless Ranks of the Dead. It's an enchantment for 2 colorless and 2 black. At the beginning of your upkeep, you put X 2/2 black zombie creature tokens onto the battlefield, where X is half the number of zombies you control rounded down. This is where your zombie army is going to come from mostly. Really good. The next enchantment is Call to the Grave. It's an enchantment for 4 colorless and 1 black. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player sacrifices a non-zombie creature. At the beginning of your end step, if no creatures are on the battlefield, sacrifice Call to the Grave. This is going to keep your opponent from getting creatures, and it's not gonna affect you 99% of the time. There's only one creature in this deck that's not a zombie, and that's the Azure Mage, and that's out for drawing. And the last enchantment is Rooftop Storms. It's a blue enchantment for 5 colorless and 1 blue, and it says you may pay 0 rather than pay the mana cost for any zombie creature spells you cast. It's going to let you drop all your zombies for free, so you can spend your mana on counter spells, card draw, and bringing zombies back, and then just play them for free. Now we'll be doing mana base. The first land is Darkslick Shores. Comes into the battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or fewer other lands. It taps for blue or black. This is going to be a really good card to get a hold of in your hand. The next land is Drowned Catacombs. It's a land that enters the battlefield tapped unless you control an island or swamp. Tap it out of island or swamp. It's just another dual land, and it's going to help you fix your mana. Say you need 1 blue and you have all black, and you get that. There's your blue mana. And then we have 5 islands. You don't really need that much in this deck since you have the dual lands and there's not a lot of blue, and it's all cheap. Last is 9 swamps.